Hey, this is Ed Logan. Welcome to Fruit for Your Life. As you can see, we are at the Fruit and Spice Park down here in Homestead in Miami, Florida, actually. So today we're going to be going into the park and we're going to be looking at the kind of trees that they have. I will tell you that I probably won't be able to explain every tree that they have inside, but we're going to hit the main ones, and especially the ones that are fruiting. So let's go inside and check it out. What do we have here?
I think these are praying hand bananas.
Okay.
I was looking at them.
So we're going to let you see the banana trees. Many of you probably, just like I hadn't really seen how the bananas actually grow. Okay, so I'm going to show you. This part right here is called the heart. That's called the heart of the banana tree right there. And the bananas actually grow from the stem coming from the heart. So the heart is the first thing hanging. So there you see the bananas. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. All right, so there are the bananas right there. So those little rings that you see coming down, those little rings that are, let me get my finger in the way. There we go. Those little rings that you see coming down at one time had a set of bananas on them, just like you see right there. And the sun is really in the way, making it very hard. So anyway, this is what a banana tree looks like. And if you look on my little logo that I have, you'll see that banana tree with that little stem hanging down. That's the heart right there. So we're looking at banana trees. Okay, so this is a black sapote tree, and it's not ripe right now, but at least you can see what it looks like. There you go. So right now, it's green, and we know that they begin to turn dark when they're ripe. So anyway, this is a black sapote tree. That's the fruit that actually you squeeze it when it's ripe, and it tastes like pudding. Some say chocolate pudding. I haven't had any yet, so I really can't tell you whether it does taste like chocolate pudding or not. So here is the sapote tree. It's huge. Now normally you won't let it get that big, because when it's that big it's hard to ripen. So I don't know if you all see some of them up there, but they're way up there. So if you're going to grow them and eat them for yourself, you're going to keep them just a little bit, you can keep them a lot lower than that so you can harvest the fruit. Now here is, what do we have here?
I think these are praying hand bananas.
Okay.
I was looking at them.
So we're going to let you see the banana trees. Many of you probably, just like I hadn't really seen how the bananas actually grow. Okay, so I'm going to show you. This part right here is called the heart. That's called the heart of the banana tree right there. And the bananas actually grow from the stem coming from the heart. So the heart is the first thing hanging. So there you see the bananas. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. All right, so there are the bananas right there. So those little rings that you see coming down, those little rings that are, let me get my finger in the way. There we go. Those little rings that you see coming down at one time had a set of bananas on them, just like you see right there. And the sun is really in the way, making it very hard. So anyway, this is what a banana tree looks like. And if you look on my little logo that I have, you'll see that banana tree with that little stem hanging down. That's the heart right there. So we're looking at banana trees. All right, and see, there's the heart is hiding in behind there. And it has the bananas on it. So hopefully those of you who have never really seen a banana tree or banana tree fruiting, this is what it looks like. All right, so we have another jackfruit tree that we're coming up to. I may just leave this camera on and let you all see where we're going, because we are actually in a park and we are actually walking around in the park. Okay, so again, another jackfruit tree. And we are in the, what section?
This is the tropical Americas.
We're in the tropical America sections.
And so these are the banana trees.
Okay, of course we have another banana tree. Once again, as you all know by now, here is the heart, and then there are bananas right up above.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So you could probably get several bananas off of one stem.
Right.
One stem, right? So like this big area right here, they have like a, I don't know, maybe a circumference of what, 8 feet, 10?
Yeah, and they'll
10,
grow like
12
that
feet.
if you don't keep them up. If you don't
Okay.
keep them up, they'll spread out like that.
But you can get, like this doesn't really take up a lot of space, but you can get quite a bit of bananas off of just this one small, so you don't have to really have, I'm assuming, a lot of room to grow banana trees, is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you something right here. Keep it right here.
Okay.
All right, so like you see this right here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this whole stalk right here, a banana tree is not a tree. A banana tree is actually a plant. And it's a plant that is it's a voracious consumer, meaning it takes about a gallon of water a day. I mean, if you have a banana tree, what I've learned is from the ones that I used to raise, I wasn't feeding them enough, nor was I giving them enough water. So this stalk, this whole plant base right here actually grew a set of bananas. And after that set of bananas grew, it dies. So you have to cut it down. And then this one will start to grow a set of bananas out of it. And once it gets big and it fruits, after it fruits, it dies. So that's why you'll have some small ones that pop up, and they're called pups. So you can take the pups away from the root and replant those, and they'll make another whole set of trees. So this will die, a pup will come up, and then another pup will come up. The problem is if you don't keep the pups, if you don't keep it correct, if you only leave it like 3 of them is about all they say that you need. If you don't take care of them, they're gonna grow all over the place. So you're gonna have banana trees that start in the middle and they're gonna work their way to be so big that you can't keep up with them.
So when you cut that stalk in half,
Uh-huh.
will that grow like from the center? Will another one come out of that?
No, it'll be dead.
So you just need to just chop it off
Yeah,
at the root then?
you chop it all the way down, you cut it in half, and you throw it at the base of the banana tree because it's gonna eat off of itself.
Oh.
It takes a lot of fertilization. All right, so banana trees, I love them. Probably one of my favorite trees.
So is that what they did over there?
Yeah, see that's why they have them laying down,
Okay.
because they break down and the plants eat them. And banana trees are beautiful. Okay, here's one that is it's on its last leg. Okay, so we see there's the heart hanging. We see all of them dried off. We see all the bananas that popped off of there. And then there's the last ones left, but look what's happening to the whole vine. The whole vine is about to start dying. So you just don't want them to get out of hand for those of you all who raise them. Here's another little pup growing to the side. Okay, you can make that's another whole tree right there.
So will that come out on its own?
Yeah, if you don't bother, it'll come out on its own, or if you want to remove it and repot it, you can do that. But it's all connected at the root.
Oh, okay.
All right. I don't think I've been around this many banana trees in my life.
Yep.
Okay, and this section is called what again?
This is the tropical Americas.
Tropical Americas.
Yep.
So right now we are in Homestead.
Yeah, the whole
All
place.
of Africa can grow bananas, the whole continent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's look at the beginning of the way the banana grows. Okay, so a banana tree will not produce fruit until it flowers. All right, so this is what we call the heart of the banana again, but this is the flower of the banana. And after the flower, I don't know if you all raise zucchini, things like that. You first get the flower, and then after the flower, you get the fruit. So it's the same thing with the banana tree. So now you have the heart, which is the flower, and the fruit is produced behind the flower. So now you see these brand new little bananas that are starting to grow off the back, and they turn into those big bananas that we eat. But this is the very, very beginning of it. So that stalk that you saw that had all those little brown ribs going around it, this is what it first looks like when it begins. So that right there is the first layer of bananas on this banana tree. And look at the size of the banana tree.
So, okay, so number one, I already see the bee is pollinating. I don't know if you can see the bee in there.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So what I didn't know is, so those little white things poking out, that's a flower.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a flower.
So
This
that's
right
the
here, the
flower.
purple thing is a flower.
Okay.
And those are flowers. And after the flower, you have the what?
The fruit.
The fruit.
Okay, so does this open up at all, or does it stay closed all the time?
It may open up at night.
Okay.
I've never seen one open.
Okay, but anyway, that's the whole heart. So
Yeah.
the bananas have a white flower, or at least this breed has a white flower, and once that opens, or once that dies off, like the ones in the
Yeah.
back, then you can start to see the bananas come.
Yeah,
Okay.
bananas are
I
really
didn't know
growing.
that.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know that the banana itself had a flower. I thought it was just the purple flower.
Yeah, now see, these are a different type of bananas. And see how these are? These doesn't necessarily have the ribs like we saw on the first one. Now these are just a little bit different, but the heart right here is still the same. All of them are always closed, but it's a different type of banana that's growing. So I don't even know what kind of bananas those are. And I don't even know if they get big enough to even eat.
Interesting.
Yep,
All right.
I think they're beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't know bananas actually have flowers coming. Plenty
All
of
right.
those, all of those right there.
So we have a coconut.
Several.
Coconut trees. That's the best water you can drink right there.
Oh, this is the one that has the crazy grapes. This is a creepy grapes right here.
Oh, really?
It says it's a Brazilian grape tree that has purple and black fruit that grows on the trunk of the tree.
Well, it's not growing any yet.
It says it's used for jellies, jams, juice, or wine. So this is the tree that I was
It
showing.
grows grape on the trunk of the tree,
yeah,
not on a
grapes.
vine.
Nope, on the trunk of the tree. And they're really big too.
Beautiful tree. Oh, avocado.
Is this, oh, it is.
All right, so now we are looking at an avocado tree. And let's see what kind of avocado tree we have. There are many varieties of avocado tree.
Here's one right here, babe.
This is the origin of Mexico, South Mexico. They grow them all the way to Colombia. All right, so we're gonna let you see what some of the avocados are. That's what caught my attention. All right, so here is an avocado. Hopefully you can see that okay. There it is right there, avocado. So this would be an amazing tree to have. Once again, if you had one on your own, you probably would keep it cut down just a little bit so that you can harvest the fruit, because I'm not gonna be 50 years old and 60 years old climbing up in a tree like this. So you would keep it cut down, but they would definitely produce a lot of avocados. And that was a nice size avocado right there. One more shot. One more shot of it. Okay, we're gonna go back over to a jackfruit tree. So as you can see, there's one on the ground here. See how big they are? Just hanging from the tree. And for those of y'all who like jackfruit, which I like jackfruit, you know, you can make barbecue out of them. Of course, I'm looking over my head to make sure that none of them are going to fall off and hit me in my head. So, but these things are huge. And I'm not even close to it touching. I'm trying not to touch it. What do you think this is?
This is 10. This is a greenhouse?
Yeah, but what kind of tree do you think this is?
Oh, that's a cacao tree.
Yep, it's a cacao.
I remember that from Costa Rica.
Let's see, do we have any cacaos? I don't think it's producing any right now. Yep, cacao. Yep, no pods.
Oh.
So this is where you all get that good old chocolate from.
So, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they have them in the greenhouse? Because remember they were saying
Have
they
to have a little
need
shade.
the shade and the heat too, right? So you can have a greenhouse this size,
Yeah, it's
tall,
pretty big, yeah.
to house your big trees. So it is possible to have a greenhouse with really tall trees in it then.
Mm-hmm. You see the glass is kind of grayed out a little bit. Oh, you know, we missed that mamey tree up front. So it's
Yeah,
like
there's something on the ground, I don't know.
It's like a plastic. Yeah, I saw.
Is it bad?
That's a mamey. A mamey.
Miami.
That's a mamey. So they use plastic on top.
So, Edward?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, so we found one cacao on the tree, and it's hanging down at the bottom. So you see, it hangs off of the sides of the tree. It's not fruiting from the branches. It's actually hanging from the sides of the tree.
There's another.
Oh, there's another one. Right up in there. So that's where you get chocolate from. You don't just crack it open and you see chocolate and you start scooping it out and eating it. It's actually a white flesh inside. Sweet citrus cream, but the chocolate actually comes from the seed. So for those of you who ever thought about having a greenhouse to be able to put trees in, look how big this one is. And they are growing cacao trees in there, mamey trees, because they require a little bit of shade and they do require to be hot. So there's hopes for some of you who would like to grow trees. Another mamey. So these trees take a long time to grow their fruit. Very long time to grow their fruit.
Cinnamon apple.
Okay, this tree right here is a cinnamon apple tree. It is a sapote. But they call it a cinnamon apple. And so as you can see, there's quite a bit of fruit on the tree.
Yeah, here it is. Central America, cinnamon apple fruits. Maybe it tastes like cinnamon.
All right, so we had a sapote fall off of a tree. I'm not gonna eat it, but just to kind of show you what it looks like.
You can take it and let them cut it up.
No, it's not right.
Oh, okay. Sun sapote.
That's called a sun sapote?
Is fibrous, moist pulp is eaten. So it doesn't say what it tastes like, but here's a blue grape. Oh, there's grapes on the tree. I see it.
Oh,
You see it?
Yep. I'm just looking for something on the ground. There's some on the ground right
Go ahead
there.
and taste one. Why not?
All right, and this is a blue grape. As you can see, the little grapes on the trees. Blue grape. All right, gonna show you another jackfruit tree, and I'm gonna show you how big these jackfruits can get. I'm gonna show, the first one I'm gonna show you is the one on the bottom. Okay, look at that jackfruit. Look how big that thing is, and look at the other one. Wow. Hey, sweetie. So this is pretty huge, and I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna show you how big it is compared to my hand. So there's my hand. Look how big that thing is. So we see some that are, that are dead up in here. All kinds of them hanging right up through there. So those things are huge. So that's how big jackfruit will get if you leave them alone and let them grow. But these are about rotted. They're not good. All right, so we have an African oil palm. And what can you do with oil palm, sweetie?
You can use it in homemade soap. You could probably use it in different cosmetics and things too.
So over in Africa, this is what some of the tribes use to make their oil with, and they also use it during the slave trade as well. So we're looking at a sea grape tree. And let's see if we can show you some sea grapes. Okay, here's some sea grapes. Sea grapes are right there. Then there's another bunch just right up from it. So those are called sea grapes. I've never had them, I've never heard of them, but they are considered grapes. So once again, we see that there are fruit that we haven't even heard of that are around. All right, look at what we got. We got some coconut trees.
Ooh, Ooh, a pine tree.
Look at this tree. You think anybody's gonna climb it? Not me. Caution, poisonous fruit.
What's that smell?
Yeah, I smell it.
Oh, it smells good.
Beware of
too.
fallen coconut. Okay, so there are some trees that bear fruit that we should not eat.
Ooh, smell it again.
Smells like it's coming from over there. It says caution, poisonous fruit. Yeah, that's a beautiful smell coming from somewhere
Ooh, that
back there.
smells so good. I was like, is that a tree?
I think it is. I'm just trying to figure out what tree it is.
Ooh, it's strong.
Which way you want to go?
Well, here's this one thing on the end, 13 guava tree. I don't know if you want to do a guava tree or not.
I don't care.
Okay. Spider web.
So this is a guava tree?
Guava.
Right. Of course, if you were growing this at your own home, you wouldn't let it get this tall again. Okay, we have some African trees. What's the name of them, sweetie?
I know I'm saying it wrong, but Baobab tree, Baobab tree.
Okay. Hey, go stand up under it so we can see how big the tree is.
Okay.
You ain't getting no closer than that, are you?
No, I get closer. How's this?
Wow, that's big.
This is big tree.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, this is a baobab tree. It is an African tree and it is huge. So we're in pretty much a field of them. Look how big that tree is. All right, so we have a coconut Fiji Malayan dwarf coconut tree. And as you see the base of it, it comes up out of the ground, it's kind of curved. But what is so special about this tree is, look how short it is.
I'm 5'4".
Wow.
I can reach up and get it.
And look at the fruit. Look how close the fruit is. So you don't have to reach all the way up in the air. I'm probably going to have something like this where it's a shorter tree, because I'm not going to be 70 and 80 years old trying to climb up no tree to get coconuts.
Let me see if they're edible.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, this is a pandanus. A pandanus. It is a palm tree, and it does bear fruit also, just like the coconut tree, the date palm, and all of that. But check this fruit out that it bears. It looks like a big pine cone. So we're not sure if it's edible yet. My wife is researching it to find out whether or not it can be eaten. But there are several of them. But look how wild, look at the feet on these things. And so these originate in Africa.
You can cook them.
You can cook them.
Yeah, you can eat it.
As y'all just heard, you can cook them. So they said that each one of those is a seed. This is a lychee tree. I don't think there's any lychees on them at this time, but this is what the tree looks like. And what's crazy is, take a look at it. Here's the leaves. Lychee tree. As you can see, here is a date palm. I know many of us love dates, and this is actually what it grows off of. Though I don't see any fruit on it, but you have an idea of actually what the date palm looks like. I probably will wind up planting about 10 of these one day. Mark my word, about 10 of them. I'll have 10 date palms. Okay, maybe not that many. I might not be able to eat that many. Guess what we have here? Star fruit. As you can see, there are some on the ground that have fallen. You are allowed to eat fruit that has fallen to the ground here. You can see the little lizards running around. So, but we do have star fruit up in the trees. Let's see if we can get you one. Let's see. Here's some right up in here. See that? Star fruit. So the tree has a lot. It's just hard for you to see them with the yellow, of course. There's some more. But this is what a star fruit tree looks like. And again, if you grow your own, you won't let it get this tall because you want to be able to harvest the fruit. There are some of them that are huge that are hanging. See, if you see those yellow ones right there, that's a pretty big one. All right, so this about wraps it up for us. All right, as you can see, I got my paper still with me with all the stuff on it. We actually went through the park, had a really good time. It was a pretty long walk. They had like literally hundreds of trees. We saw a lot of banana trees, a lot of different trees. Again, like I said, we were not able to get all of the trees. I knew that we weren't going to be able to, but it was a good time in the park, and I was able to explain some of the things about the fruit. They also had a pamphlet that they gave us that showed us all the trees that were in season, that were fruiting, and we were able to walk around quite a bit and experience a whole lot. I'm going to show you some iguanas that we ran across. They had a lot of iguanas. So I also had my beautiful wife with me, and she helped me go through the process as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, had we done all of it, this would have been an hour to 2 hours long. So I just wanted to show you the real good fruit trees that they had fruiting at the time. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing more trips, more things, showing you more fruit. But these trees down here in South Florida, if you want to grow tropical fruit, this is the place to be. Hey, thank you again for watching Fruit for Your Life, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.